So Elon Musk, after a long time, hosted a Tesla event called All Hands. And usually these events are not live, but Elon is like, you know what? F it. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live, baby. Go live.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
And honestly, this was a refresher. A lot of Tesla investors are happy about it. And a lot of them are calling this that he's back. Elon is back. He is focused on Tesla. He hasn't forgotten about Tesla. Of course, whoever thought about that is just ridiculous. But for majority of the investors, they're happy at the fact that Elon is out there talking about Tesla. Now, here's the thing. Ever since that event, Tesla stock has gone up 5%. And shout out to Tim Walz for calling the bottom. Love it. Flippin' awesome. But majority of the things that he mentioned has already been said before. Now, yes, the timeline's gotten much shorter. It's literally happening in a couple months, right? And end of the year. But there are some new things that he said that are very interesting that I do want to share here. It's sheesh worthy. It really is sheesh worthy. So let's not waste any more time. Smash that like button if you haven't already and hit subscribe, and let's go. All the points I wrote it on my word here, so I will be looking at my PC or my little laptop here, reading it off because there are some interesting things. So the first thing he said that Tesla has produced over 7 million vehicles globally and will surpass 10 million next year. So right now, Tesla, if you add in Q1 of 2025 vehicle deliveries or even production, it's around 7.5, 7.6 million vehicles. By end of this year, it'll be closer to 9 million. And by mid next year, it'll be 10 million. So that's crazy. We're going to have 10 million robots on wheels around the world next year. The data collection, again, that's what's very, very awesome, the data collection. But that is the sheesh moment. And this, well, we'll get to that in a bit. This will help the Robotaxis and stuff in a bit later. He also says that on track to complete the semi-factory by end of this year. They will make millions of Tesla semis and will also be able to go autonomous down the road. Now, again, semi is a drop in the bucket, rounding error, but nonetheless, it will help Tesla increase their revenues and profits, but not so much. I don't think profits will be a lot on the semis here, but the revenues here will come online. It will be flipping fantastic. He also says that 5 years from now, autonomous Teslas will be everywhere, regulatory globally. I mean, 5 years from now, so we're talking about 2030, all around the world. Robotaxis everywhere. Now, next year, 10 million vehicles on the road. By 2030, I'm expecting around 30 to 40 million vehicles on the road, potentially even 50 million vehicles on the road. Some are saying as high as 100 million because the Cybercab, we'll get to the Cybercab here because he had some very, very interesting thing to say about the Cybercab. He also says, adding on to this point that he just mentioned, almost the entire fleet, which will surpass 10 million vehicles next year, is capable of autonomy. I want people to understand this, that these 10 million vehicles on the road, they're all capable of autonomy. Now, of course, one is hardware 3 or hardware 4, and then hardware 5 or AI 5. I'm not too sure how the ones previous to that can be capable of robotaxis or autonomy outside of autopilot. So we'll see how that's going to be. Elon did say that there's a free upgrade from hardware 3 to hardware 4, but how about the previous versions? So not too sure about that. But here's the reason why I went all in the Tesla stock, right? He says that with a software update, we could turn 10 million cars into the usefulness of 50 to 100 million overnight. Snap out a finger. That's pretty much what it is. Guys, FSD China, that happened overnight. Now you can opt in to get FSD in China if you have a Tesla. It's insane. This is why Tesla is going to have one of the biggest asset valuations increased overnight once they have this robotaxi thing everywhere. Just snap of a finger in one country. Today you don't have it. Tomorrow, with a snap of a finger, with a software update, now you can get the robotaxi or the FSD software. That's the part. That's the crazy part. And Elon says it here. What I'm saying is hang on to your stock. Man, I'm not hanging on to my stock. I'm buying more stock. I've been buying, I think just last week I bought 50 shares of Tesla. Man, we're literally in the brink. And Tesla is in the low to mid 200s in 2025 with all these things about to happen. Wall Street doesn't get it. But it's okay. Let all the FUD and news and swastikas and Nazis flow around so it could give you a better discount to buy more stock. Absolutely ridiculous. Someone asked Elon about stock market advice. He says that the stock market is a very strange thing. Tesla goes up and down all the time based on people's perception of the future. It's very emotional. The future of Tesla is incredibly bright. Something that I've been pounding on this table and making videos all the time with CERN, with all these awesome guests that I have, is that emotions get in the way. When Tesla stock went as high as 480 just 3 months ago, people were calling the stock to be 1,000 by the week after that. That's pretty dangerous. But the same thing is happening now when the stock went as low as 220 or 210 or however low it went. They're calling it to go to like $10 by next week. This is emotions at play. If you can remove the emotions and leave it at the door when it comes to investing, not just to Tesla, to any other stock, you're going to do well. Especially with companies that their future is bright. Tesla. He goes on to say that the Cybercab production line looks like a high-speed consumer electronics line, moving so fast that people can't get close to it. Cars coming off the line in 5 seconds. Bro, imagine every Cybercab gets built 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds. That's 12 Cybercabs a minute. Bro, that's insane. Because this is the unboxed version, the new manufacturing version, which is absolutely crazy. And again, this is the reason why I went all on Tesla stock, because of this FSD, Robotaxi thing. This thing's going to be happening. I think Lars said it by early 2026. They're going to start producing this. Mass production. My God. He also says that Cortex-1, used for AI training, there's already over 50,000 active GPUs, but soon to be 100,000 GPUs, making it top 5 in the world. NVIDIA is going to enjoy them profits. Doubling the GPUs? Sheesh. Now, talking about chips, Elon talked about Dojo here. He says that Dojo 1 is already active, handling 5 to 10% of the training load, but Dojo 2 will be 10x better than Dojo 1. He's optimistic about it, and he has a real shot at a breakthrough. And if they do have a breakthrough, man, this is a direct competitor to NVIDIA. Now, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure I know that they're not going to be selling it outside. They need all the chips that they can get. So that means they'll just not buy as many NVIDIA chips as they need, which is, again, that's a lot of savings and a lot of operating costs coming down, which is insane, and operating expenses. Sheesh. He also says, talking about Optimus here, Optimus is going into production this year. He says that it's the most sophisticated humanoid robot on Earth. Our robot has a real brain compared to the other ones, which they don't have a brain. He also says that Tesla is the leader in real-world AI, and says that what we learn from the cars, we transfer to the bot. And this is the biggest mode of Tesla. You got already over 7 million vehicles right now on the road. Robots on wheels collecting data for you that gets transferred to the bot as well. So, oh my God. This is why Tesla is the only company right now that has the amount of real-world AI data that it has. I don't know any other company that has it. If you guys do know, please comment down below. I really want to know. And even if they do, these companies, I don't know how they can ever catch up to Tesla. They have billions of miles of data that they can transfer to the bot. Guys, this is insane. Why would you bet against this company long-term? It just doesn't make any sense. He also says that Tesla is the only company that can make intelligent humanoid robots at scale, which I 100% agree. He says that Optimus will be the biggest product of all time by far. Nothing will be even close. I think it will be 10 times bigger than any other product ever made, which is insane. And we'll get to the numbers in a bit because the numbers are just absolutely insane. Elon says that Tesla hopes to make about 5,000 Optimus bots this year and about 50,000 Optimuses in 2026. Available outside of Tesla is in the second half of 2026, offering Optimus robots first to Tesla employees. So he's saying that anyone who isn't a Tesla employee after the second half of 2026, they can buy a Tesla bot. This is Elon's timeline. Now, because we're so close, he may be right, but slap on another year or two on this just to be safe. Because again, it's Elon's timeline. He's always late. His promises are very early, but he does deliver them. Not on time, late, but he always does deliver them. He says that Tesla is by far the most innovative company in the car industry, which of course, if you sit in the cars and, drive it around and see the tech they have, it's the most advanced car out there. BYD doesn't even hit the par. The Xiaomi doesn't hit it. No other. NIO doesn't even do it. Nothing. They're the most innovative facts. Now the Optimus part here is pretty interesting, is that they built the first Optimus on the production line in Fremont. But here's the thing. When it starts to go to mass scale, it says Optimus production in Fremont plus an even bigger production line in Austin. And he's saying that we'll be making tens of millions of robots a year, serious volume, maybe 100 million robots a year. One thing is for sure, the future is going to be very interesting. Now, which is interesting because he's saying that with these two factories alone, they can make millions. So they don't seem to want to make a Optimus factory in Europe or Shanghai. Maybe they may, but you don't need the big space because, as CERN said it, is that these Optimus bots are only 3% as the size of a car. So you don't need that massive space to make these Optimus bots. And if they do go to Berlin factory and in the Shanghai factory, oh man. If he's already talking about tens of millions of robots or maybe 100 millions of robots, the future is going to be very interesting. That's what I'm going to say. It's crazy. Again, I'm not in it for the bot, of course. It's interesting. It's mind-boggling. It really is. I'm in it for the Robotaxi. But hey man, let's look at the numbers. Because when you look at the numbers, I'm in it for the bot too. You know what I'm saying? So let's say 10 million, right? 10 million bots being produced and selling every year. And Tesla sells it for about 20,000 per unit. That's $200 billion in revenue. 50% gross profits or operating margin, however you guys want to see it, that's $100 billion. Or if you guys want to get more conservative, 30%, that's $60 billion in gross profits or operating margin. Insane. I mean, that's just crazy. That's literally... These numbers are like literally, if we take the 50% of 100 billion in profits, that's literally Tesla's entire revenue right now. You know, it's mind-boggling. And if you guys want to see the 100 million robots per year, just slap on a zero to that. You know, 2 trillion revenue a year, 1 trillion in profit, 50%, and 600 billion. Again, the numbers are insane. The numbers are absolutely crazy. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. For me, Robotaxi, calculating that is a whole lot easier and more realistic. The bots? Sheesh moment. But that's what he said. These were the big things that he said, the new things that he said. The rest of the things were just on repeat. But hey, that's what Tesla's doing. That's what Elon's been, banging on the table as well. But these were the big informations that I wanted to tell you guys because they were shishi informations. And, the reasons why I went all in Tesla stock is now coming into fruition slowly but surely. And we're so close. That's the awesome part. So, sheesh, love it. If you guys want to watch the whole thing, Elon's speech at Tesla All Hands In, I made a short version, or at least I compacted in a 39-minute video here with timestamps, so you guys can check it out. Pretty interesting stuff. Subscribe, guys. Get your Body Dip t-shirt, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.